position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field over the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the LSU Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Got the first down and still on his feet. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They go right back to it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I really don't understand the play call. Palmer, like 3rd and long, and they're not trusting their quarterback. Does this say something about their quarterback moving forward? We'll get to that as the game progresses. But, man, I just think you got to trust your quarterback, and you got to pass the football on 3rd and long.
I like this call in plus territory. The punt would have to be so precise, might as well leave the offense. Oh, he's got some space. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. So they gamble on... Down in the first half, and man, does it pay off.
4th and long. I mean, what just 4th and short? Nowadays, man, so much aggression in college football. And how about right there? 4th down and long. No problem. I got this in the first half.
They go to the ground. At the 35, he's loose.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, you love hearing the crowd. But more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
The sweet feet buy a little time. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy, man. He is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
Bring in the heat. Snagged on the outside. It's Hudson. Down to to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. They'll run it from the gun. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on fourth down. Trying to keep the drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll run this play from the pistol. One running back in the backfield, and he has it.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one. They come to the line, facing third and long from the 25. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And he takes a knee. If that's an option, it's a bad one.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. Fourth and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse. There he goes. And they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll try the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. And he just took a knee. I mean, so much for extending the play. He just quit on it. They'll line up for a second down play. And they'll take a knee.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Guys, LSU has the lead here, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. And on fourth down, they'll come up and take a knee.
Man, so many people always say, go for it, go for it, go for it. Well, you do have to deal with the negative side of that, too. And when you don't get it, maybe you have an opportunity to get points. A lot of these things have to come into the equation. Not every game's the same, but what do analytics say? Go for it, go for it.
Punting on first down, but why? Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points.
Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking for room. It's Mary. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
The Tigers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. To the air, it's St. Clair. Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, it falls incomplete.
And they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception. interception and could have flipped this field.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
It is good! And that will extend their lead even further. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
Number 32, set to kick off.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
It'll be 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. To throw, it's Reed. Here's a heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
The kick is on its way. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Will run the offense out onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Or will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hudson. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. The option look. It's a seam wide open. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the 1st.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Behind the change now on 2nd and long. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Berry. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown LSU! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Duke came in and applied their own mute button on this crowd. They silenced one of the most vocal home field advantages in football. And it's clear this Blue Devils team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
He's going for the big play. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Just keeps slinging it. He's got an open man. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Texas A&M going quickly.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. He's got him in the flat. Turning it on! Slippery slide! Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie!
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that. And once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone. And
with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his man. It's Hudson. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Leaves it with the running back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Makes the catch. It's Watkins. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Looking downfield on first down. Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic with his feet. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback, affect him, get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on 3rd and 1.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Breaks into the open. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
I guess if you're going to get a 1-yard gain, at least it's kind of a highlight. Great body control, great job understanding how to keep a foot in bounds and give a little toe tap on the sidelines there.
Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Fires it incomplete. To put some points on the board before the break. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And now the lead is extended a little further. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. He might want another play. Wants to go up top on first down. They get to him as he throws. Pulls it in. Smashes through the tackle. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Looking downfield, it's Reed. Fires to the tight end. He's past the 30. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Caught close to the marker, it's Bussey. Turning on the Jets. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
Quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The Aggies come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. A little release to the back. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that ACC matchup that has just gone final. Miami had a dominant win, the kind the folks in South Florida were used to in 2001 when Ken Dorsey, Clinton Portis, and Jeremy Shockey led the Canes to a national title. Talk about a special team. One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's St. Clair. Using his legs to buy some time. That's caught. It's Hudson. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Catch in the middle, it's Berry. Oh, he's got some space. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback moving. Got a man, it's Green. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. Comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. On the option. Now the toss. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the...
Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they take it in for 6 more points.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Looking to throw. He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to advance on the football.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
quick pass to the left. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
That's good for Fighting Texas Aggie.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the back. Dropping back, it's Reed. Good completion on the out. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
That's good for a Fighting Texas Aggie.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Wants to throw again. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilson. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they...
Going to take a shot at this DB. He's got it inside the 15. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Fighting Texas Aggie.
And the Aggies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. On the option. Now the pitch. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Aggie. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And the option play, the quarterback basically blocks the edge defender. So you watch the edge defender comes to him, and he commits to him, and then he pitches the ball to the running back, and the running back can do his thing, running the football all the way to the house. And it's basically a block on the quarterback on the defensive play.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Tight end now in motion. To the air, it's St. Clair. On the run, still looking. On the move, he fires. Complete to the right. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Berry. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, LSU.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
On the play.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. 4th down, needed conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big 4th down conversion.
There he goes. Picks up the first down. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
The Tigers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Out of the gun, the inside give. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Give to the back. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right when they make a big play for this defense.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on 3rd down. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Blasted as he lets it go. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's Reed. He fires one deep down the right side. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, we have reached a conclusion in the Egg Bowl between Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Gets it to him on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down. It's late in the fourth quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. That's a great situation to try to run the ball.
Turning it on. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. And they'll finally get him down after
a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean,